felt like I walked into a room and I was already different. I told Urban Meyer, who was the head coach of Florida at the time, that I just walked into the coaches' offices to sit down and talk about offense and defense, and I felt like everybody was looking at me like they had seen the video. I just knew things weren't right in my life. I just knew I wasn't myself. I was picking fights with my family. I was just irritable. I was nasty. It wasn't myself. My relationships with my friends weren't the same, and I just called my parents and I said, I need to go talk to someone. Like, I'm still so screwed up. I felt like I wasn't having to call my mom and dad and burden them and have them think I wasn't okay. It wasn't my sister, where I then knew she'd call my mom and dad and be like, she's not okay. I didn't want to bother my friends about it because I'm the strong one. I'm the one that's working 3 jobs a week. I'm good. My understanding for me is I'll always have to go get treatment for this. I'll always go need to talk to somebody about this, because this will always be on the internet. This will always be there. There will always be a reminder every single day. It's not even the nasty comments. Remember the first time, you've obviously seen the bond I have with my dad. Remember the first time a dad came up to me and said, I want my daughter to be like you. I want her to like sports. I want my daughter to be able to talk about me like you do with your dad. You're a mentor. You're a role model to little girls. But I think the thing that's really hit home for me and hurts me the worst is when girls, high school, college, they tweet me and they say, I want to be Erin Andrews except for the Marriott stalker thing. And I can't control that. And that's every day. That doesn't get better. I always wonder, before I met my boyfriend, is this something that, go on a first date? God, has he seen the video? Has his friend seen the video? He said, I'm taking Erin Andrews out on the date. Did they say, oh yeah, see what happened to her in the Marriott? I feel really guilty. He didn't know me before this happened. And to try to explain to someone that has questions about why I have trust issues, why I'm insecure, why I'm humiliated, why I'm embarrassed, why I am obsessive about checking the internet, he doesn't understand. And he's an athlete. He's just like, you got to move on. You got to go to the next game. You got to leave it alone. Who cares what people think? And it's just not that simple. I feel sad because I think he would have loved the girl more that was there before this happened, and I feel very guilty about that. I don't like to talk to him about this. I want to be the easy breezy girl. I want to be the cool sports reporter Dancing with the Stars host that he's so proud of. I don't want him to see this. It's what happens when my kids come home from school and they're like, Mom, kids are saying you're naked on the internet. That's something that's always in my mind. As soon as I get to a hotel, no matter what city or state I'm in, I tell them I want to be moved from the room I was pre-booked in. I want to be moved. I also say if someone is asked to be next to me, they need to call me. I also ask for there not to be any phone calls placed to my room. I also tell them that I have a gentleman traveling with me, and I put a name of a man traveling with me. I then go to my room alone. I will not allow anyone to bring bags up to my room at all. I will not allow them to put them in my room at all. I instantly cover the peephole. And then I do a check of the room. I look everywhere. I look for lights. I look for red lights. I look to see if there's cameras. I check the bed. I check the alarm clock. I check the phone. I booby trap my room. I also will not stay in an adjoining room at all. And if a room is adjoining, I ask to be taken out. I'll walk back down there. And then when I'm in bed, I just try to I look at the air conditioning grate. I make sure there's no lights. I try to see if there's any cameras. The bathrooms I look over pretty good just to make sure there's any sort of camera there.
Do you believe you will ever get over this?
No.